Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Paramedic Completion Ceremony. I am Bonnie Stitch, Program Coordinator of Emergency Medical Services. Today we're recognizing 3 classes of paramedic candidates. We're pleased to be able to present these very accomplished students with their certificates of completion, even though, as with all things 2020, we are meeting virtually rather than on campus. This group began back in August of 2019, which seems like much more than 16 months ago. On March 11th, the students and faculty transitioned to all virtual lecture, and hands-on labs were held off until May, at which time we resumed coming back to campus. Training of emergency personnel cannot be completed without hands-on training. While maintaining distancing, facial covering, and sanitizing continually, the students and faculty were able to accomplish the goal of course completion through spring and summer semester. Fall semester brought us back to campus for face-to-face lecture and labs. However, maintaining health for all was another challenge. Many students and faculty are first-line responders in the EMS, fire, and hospital communities and have potential for a required quarantine. Clinical and field training sites were even forced to limit available opportunities to our students. However, through it all, this group of fantastic students and our hardworking, dedicated, and flexible faculty handled with unprecedented changes put before them. Adapt and overcome, that's one of the mantras of EMS. These students have one more challenge ahead of them. They will be taking the state certification exams, both written and skills, just before Christmas. We're very proud of these students. They've all become leaders. We see them demonstrate their knowledge of their craft, communicate with each other, respect each other, and their ability to work together as a team is great, and they work under pressure and with integrity. Many have been awarded scholarships. Many are receiving the Associate of Applied Science degree of Emergency Medical Services or Emergency Fire Services, and several are getting both. Several are proud veterans. I would also like to acknowledge our leaders and community supporters. The Stark State College administration has been wonderful. EMS advisory board members, employers, hospitals, fire departments, and emergency medical services agencies in Stark and surrounding counties. This overwhelming college and community support provides our students with the experience required to complete their education. Our EMS Medical Director, Dr. Lane Smith, has guided us through this challenging year while maintaining a very busy schedule as an emergency department physician at Mercy Medical Center. Finally, I would like to recognize our outstanding lead faculty, Mr. Steve Banke, Mrs. Monette Wadelbacher, and Mr. John Ring, as well as our clinical coordinator, Ms. Angela Finney, and our large roster of assistant lab instructors who help to guide the students in all their hands-on skills. Congratulations to the 2019-2020 class of paramedic graduates.
Congratulations, Stark State College Paramedic Class of 2020. As you are all well aware, EMS is a very broad field and covers a wide range of topics. The program at Stark State gave you a relatively short period of time to learn everything you need to know, as well as obtain a certain number of clinical and field hours. You also had to learn and become proficient in a number of procedures. All this became much more difficult 9 months ago as everything essentially closed down. You had to go to remote learning. Clinical and field sites weren't allowing students. You had to be flexible and adapt to the many changes that were made. Eventually, things started to become a little bit more normal. Despite all these challenges, you made it to graduation. I commend you for all your hard work and willingness to accept these changes. Some of you may think you missed out on some things and maybe don't feel as prepared as you could be. Well, as you know, things don't always go as planned in EMS. Things can change very quickly, and you have to be able to adapt and respond to these changes. You all have done that over the past 9 months, and I know you are much better prepared than you think. Congratulations again, and good luck in your future endeavors.
Hello, my name is Steve Banke, and I'm one of the lead instructors for paramedic training at Stark State. Congratulations to all of you. Each one of you have successfully completed 4 intense semesters of curriculum involving emergency medicine and pre-hospital care. You are the most highly trained paramedic students to graduate thus far. Completing this program and the associated specialty courses of advanced cardiac life support and pediatric advanced life support requires motivation and discipline. which you have demonstrated. That should give you the confidence to know that from this day forward, you can complete anything if you put your mind to it. Continue to learn and keep up with current medical techniques and procedures. The medical community is eagerly awaiting your arrival. Again, congratulations to each one of you.
What a year this has been for us. We had to overcome some tremendous things in this class. One of the things that we had to do is we had to go on the internet, and then we had to do our clinicals a little later. And I want to thank you to overcome this difficulty. I want you to know that you have been like a family to me. I am here if you ever need anything in the future. My advice to you is always to keep learning. Don't become stagnant in thinking that there's nothing else to learn. If you don't use it, then you'll lose it. This will also help you in not getting burned out. Also, if in doubt, you want to call for medical control to get direction. You're not there alone, and you have a doctor that you can call at any time. I know that each of you will do well. One of the questions that I have asked myself as an instructor is, if I were sick, would I let you treat me? I definitely would. I would let each of you treat me. Thanks for all your hard work and all that you do.
Hello everyone, my name is Mo Weidelbacher. I'm one of the lead instructors in our paramedic program. I'm sad that we cannot recognize the accomplishments of our paramedic students in person this year. It's nice to meet their families, friends, co-workers, and other support members who've been a large part of their success. Through the pandemic, our students continued on and remained dedicated to the education they started just over a year ago. During the lockdown, and even in a few cases of self-quarantine and personal illness, our students made work the added challenges brought on by COVID, combined with normal class requirements. I always thought that I knew exactly what the students went through and just how much hard work is necessary for success in paramedic school. I don't think I know anymore. I can tell you that I was also really tired and frustrated too, but then again, I'm the one who had all the answers for the tests. The pandemic continually forces us to change our picture of education, and we can only guess what the normal will look like next year. I'm proud to say that I always learn from my students, but with this class, I learned more than ever. I saw them climb the COVID ladder. They found the top despite it all. To my students, I'll remember you not only for what you've accomplished, but for what you've demonstrated is possible. To close, may your scenes always be safe. May your oxygen tanks read full, and may your PPEs never run out. So congratulations to the class of 2020, and thank you.
First of all, I want to say a big thank you to all the friends and family of all the students. You've given your time, patience, and dedication by all the students that completed the paramedic program. Now, you can have them back. Thank you for providing opportunities to all of our students. To the students, congratulations! Now, do you remember the first day when you walked in here as a student? Remember you sat next to each other wherever we put you in the classroom, and then you sat there kind of like this? Now, all the instructors usually have to tell you like, hey, be quiet, pay attention, and that. But it's been a great experience for you. You've learned so much, and we're proud of you. Now, one thing we have to tell you, COVID closed so many clinical sites. Then some of them reopened, some of them closed again, and all that. And you went through so many different things. And I'm so proud of you for understanding that and the different things of moving you around and all those kind of things. And thank you for understanding me and the instructors and Bonnie and Jeff and everybody else in that. Thank you. All of you worked so hard. Think back to the beginning of the clinical journey as a paramedic friend and a paramedic student. You've completed, get this, 24,000 hours of clinical hours. 6,000 IVs you put in. Remember that, how hard you've worked. You've made me proud. You've made this college proud. You've made your parents, friends, and everybody proud. Remember that. Thank you. You're a great paramedic. You're a great student. And now you're not students anymore. Good luck. Thank you.
Each year, it is a distinct honor for me to participate in the Emergency Medical Services Completion Ceremony. This year is no exception. Hold on. In fact, this year is an exception for many reasons. First of all, thanks to all of you first responders who are already working in our communities, keeping all of us safe amid a pandemic that threatens your life. That's what I call heroic. Thanks to all of you for selecting a field, Emergency Medical Services and Emergency Fire Service, where you are always the front line of assistance to the rest of us. That's what I call heroic. Finally, thank you to Coordinator Bonnie Stitch and our faculty, Steve Banke, Mo Wiedelbacher, John Ring, Clinical Coordinator Angela Finney, and our Medical Director, Dr. Smith, for working with each of you despite the pandemic and its disruptions to ensure that you could complete this program, which is always critical, but more critical now than ever. That's what I call heroic. Those among you who are veterans, thank you for your service. Thank you for continuing to be heroes in your civilian careers as paramedics. Adapt and overcome. Thank you for a mantra that has meaning for each of us, navigating and adapting to this pandemic in our own way. For me, as president of Stark State College, I am proud, I am honored, I have renewed hope and optimism when I can be with all of you, true heroes. Thank you and congratulations.